Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for spending your valuable time with the Adapt 2030 channel as our world will change in an instant. Summer drought wreaking havoc northeast farmland. Whoa, I thought it was out west. India banning wheat flour exports. Salad days are over for European food producers. Soothing headlines to stabilize markets. Brazil's going to produce 14% more than they did last year for all crops, all foods across the country. Open the box before eating, thanks. Wonder what's causing these rainbow halos in our atmosphere. We're going to need to be more self-reliant, and those that don't quit and continue to learn the skills shall survive. Starting you off right here, southern China, Puning City in Guangdong province. Iridescent, circular clouds, not the norm, but sighted more and more. What is it that's causing all of this refraction in the atmosphere, you might ask? Well, magnetic field weakening, geoengineering, cosmic radiation management. Tick the box, choice is yours. There shall be signs in the skies as well as the earth. Summer drought wreaking havoc across northeast farmland. I'm looking at this going, well, that's like a smidgen of a smidgen comparatively to the rest of the planet, making headlines. They're trying to push it right now. Excuse after excuse. I understand the droughts are there. Don't get me wrong. They're there. Water restrictions, low flows. It's not a major breadbasket, but they're pushing the headline like it's an all-ending event here. Look at the rest of the western United States. All of that is dry in the major grain growing belts. Look up there at Boston, way east, north. And you can see why now the masking of the grand solar minimum is here. Whatever's happening across the planet is a response to try to mask the natural crop losses. Now we look at it everywhere, even a smidgen of pin. Oh, it's a man. They need to explain away why all the food is disappearing. You have to look no further than magnetic fields in 400-year cycles. Can't tax that though. You lose control in that. Financial Times kicking it. Salad days are over for European food producers. Industry warning that soaring cost of heating greenhouses, i.e. energy intensive electricity, 10x the price, 6x the price in England. Prices got so massively expensive that they're starting to come back down again, but 50% of all metal production across Europe has ceased and will not come back on for 6 months, maybe longer, 10 months. Now we're into the food and the metals. Russia, China, and India are saying goodbye to the US dollar as Biden is paying off student loans and printing more money. Some say the new reserve currency called BRICS should be backed by gold. Patriot Gold Group has a no fee for life IRA or 401k that can be in physical gold or silver. And you may be eligible for the no fee for life IRA on qualifying rollovers. Patriot Gold Group, Consumer Affairs top rated gold IRA dealer 6 years in a row. Call 1-800-356-4470. And now on with the video. So the greenhouses can't grow. We're losing natural production off the nature anomalous jet stream setup. You got to check this article out. Throw it in a search engine. They're predicting new jet stream patterns to set up. But wait a second. If you look at the Maunder minimum temperature reconstruction, it's the same exact areas. They're just explaining a grand solar minimum, magnetic field wander, and how jet streams and cloud cells move into different locations. On to India, wheat flour exports banned. Oh, wait, sorry, we're using the wrong wording here. Secure permission before shipping. They can't call it an outright ban. Now think of the pressure this puts on other nations that import and rely on Indian wheat flour. And that would be the same from the Ukraine. A lot of African nations rely on that import from Ukraine. But they're trying to say, oh, with permission, you get a permission slip. Can I go down the hallway, please? Just like this. They're not going to call it a ban. You have to give permission. Well, I could just say no. And how many of those shipments are going to say, oh no? Because they don't want to cause a panic. It's all about the crop losses globally. You're starting to see it now. The food is really getting thin everywhere. So the losses have to be explained away. If it's not explained away, and there's so many distractions. Every distraction is to distract you from the food not being there. That's the most important thing. Now put it into perspective here for a second. A civilization is not a civilization if you cannot grow enough food for the people. Nothing else matters on top of that. Forget business. It doesn't matter at that point. If people are lying there next to you because they're malnourished and they can't really move or really get motivated because they're so tired all the time, you don't have a functioning anything. So if it comes to the global level here, yeah, I know we have supply chains that are getting locked up super tight. Elmer's glued tomorrow, super glue the day after tomorrow. This food is going to be a thing to look at. USDA downgraded American crops yet again. Pro Farmer Tour, they're going to have to downgrade those numbers once again. It seems like a lot of people out in the fields now that are starting to harvest go, whoa, yeah, we got that, but it's not really the numbers that everybody's been predicting. Oh, by the way, we could till it under and take the insurance. Thanks. We'll do that. James Woods throwing it. Oh, we're doomed. Open box before eating pizza. Yep. On to Brazil, giving us the rosy headline. Thank you, Brazil. You're trying to stabilize markets. Thank you. Now, in this upcoming debacle of complete shutdown of Europe, we're supposed to believe that the fertilizer shortages that are pervading the planet are going to alleviate or lessen as an entire continent goes offline. And Brazil is going to use that fertilizer, which magically is going to come from somewhere, to produce 14% more food and grain in the entire country this year coming up. As they're heading into, let's say, the Tonga eruption, fallout and cloud density and reflectivity. This is the most perfect example of headlines leading markets. So as we come into shortages in the Northern Hemisphere, traders are going to be looking for the Southern Hemisphere. Look at Brazil, already offering you 14% more. Great to talk, but where's it going to stem from? Go back to July. BASF cutting ammonia production, which is related to fertilizers. That's on the gas price. Do not mix the two. Gas price is gas price. Electricity price is electricity price. They are different. An apple and an orange. So if they were cutting production of ammonia because of natural gas prices, and now we have electricity prices surging, but I'm telling you, they're going to demand destruct so fast as it hits these highest levels here. 10 times more, 12, 14, 18 times more what it cost in electricity in Germany. Demand destruction, and all of these have closed. Everywhere you see a red triangle has closed, ED. That was gas prices in August. They were closing because of that. Now we have the electricity prices closing. 50% of all the metal smelters across Europe and the chemical factories. So this fertilizer is not coming from Europe. Where is Brazil going to get it? Look at this. 20% increase in soybean crop over this year. 2022-23 season, 21%, I really can't see it. And a 10% almost increase, let me be precise, 9.4% increase in corn in Brazil this year. I just don't see it. Look at this. UK used to be $50 a megawatt, approaching 600. It's going to demand destruct. Everybody's going to quit using it. What's the everything quit using it? Businesses shut, factories shut. 10 times, 11 times the pricing. Germany, France. That demand destruct means everything closed. You know, you get in these articles about Italy, they're putting candles out in the coffee shops. They're putting candles in offices. They're trying to save electricity. Refrigerators can't run in the supermarkets. The freezers can't be turned on. They're too expensive. This is what's happening across Europe. And somehow, magically, Brazil's going to come up with all this extra grain production. I encourage you to check out a few of the previous videos I did. I'm not saying watch my video, but really watch the video for the information contained about the Tonga eruption, how much ash was put up compared to the Pinatubo eruption, and how much that's going to dent agriculture in the Southern Hemisphere. And remember our ancestors, this is a great photo to look at here. If they needed food, they grew it, like we will need to. If they needed clothing, they sewed it, like we're going to need to. If they needed warmth, they made it, like we're going to need to. If we need it, right now we buy it except for when we can't. Which is going to take us back to 1, 2, and 3. Time to relearn the skills. Grow your own food. Because by all accounts here, as we move into the fall, the electricity and the food need to be removed from the populace to bring in the central bank digital currency. It has to get that bad. The old system needs to evaporate completely. There will only be one system. You're going to need to prepare storable foods, 3-month emergency food supply from my Patriot supply. And I do thank you for watching the video. I hope you can share this with friends and family. Now we're at a microsecond of time left to get prepared for this. Hope you spend it wisely.